tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating
and electrical.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and we are very excited to announce our spring sales event happening now at Coppell. We have 0% financing or up to $13,000 off select GMC and Chevrolet inventory. You heard that right, 0%. Or $13,000 off select inventory. We'd love to see you at the store or check us out online at coppellcars.com. Folks, this is really confident buying and confident driving. Stock number C127238 and G173977 with approved credit.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
93.7 The Ticket Sports News go now.
This is Nick Wyman with your sports update. The Final Four is set for the NCAA men's college basketball tournament. With UConn defeating Duke and Michigan picking up a win over Tennessee on Sunday, tip times at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis are official for this coming Saturday. On April 4th, UConn plays Illinois with that game set to begin at 5:09 Central Time, and Michigan-Arizona to follow around 7:49 p.m. Central Time. This past Saturday, Team Nebraska defeated Team Huskers by a score of 22-17 in the 2026 Nebraska football spring game at Memorial Stadium. Anthony Calandra guided 2 long scoring drives by completing 12 of his 19 passes for 80 yards, including scoring strikes to Ja'Cory Barney Jr. and Quinn Clark. Jamal Rule led all rushers in the game with 119 yards on 9 carries. Connor Booth scored the game-winning touchdown on a 32-yard run to propel Team Nebraska to a win. The Nebraska volleyball program will play a match at Wrigley Field, home of the Chicago Cubs, on Sunday, September 6th, as part of the Big Ten SEC Volleyball Challenge Week. Nebraska will take on Missouri, while Penn State will battle Kentucky at Wrigley Field. As part of the Big Ten SEC Challenge Week, all 18 Big Ten schools and all 16 SEC institutions will match up beginning Tuesday, September 1st, culminating with the historic outdoor doubleheader at Wrigley Field on Sunday, September 6th. And for all the latest sports news and updates, keep it tuned right here at 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Strap up your headgear and lock in on Husker Wrestling. This is All In on 93.7 The Ticket with 2-time All-American Caleb Smith.
Caleb Smith looking to end this one with a fall at 125. And Smith able to rock back. Now he's got him tights, and he gets the fall.
And Caleb Smith enjoying himself here. He will get the 2-0 victory. Avenges his loss from earlier in the year, and that is his 100th career victory. Congratulations, Caleb Smith.
And 2025 national champion, Ridge Lovett.
But notice, Ridge elevates his head.
He's using his head.
He's using his forehead.
Oh, my goodness.
And hits up.
Short time.
Right down to the wire. And the drought is over. Nebraska with a national champion for the first time since 2011. What started in Post Falls, Idaho, is punctuated in Philadelphia. Ridge Lovett in his 6th year, a title winner.
All In with Ridge Lovett and Caleb Smith is sponsored by Red Zone Bar and Grill. Here are your hosts of All In, Caleb Smith and Ridge Lovett.
Welcome back to All In. Caleb Smith, Ridge Lovett, Nick Wyman on the mic helping us out. And basketball just wrapped up. Wrestling just wrapped up. It's going into those outside sports like baseball, softball. Seems like our baseball team is really doing something special.
Rolling.
17 of the last 18 getting the job done consistently. That's what you want to see early on in the season. Should help them for the future. They haven't always done that. And the previous years played very good during the middle of the season and get hard team first round, and sometimes that could change your season.
Back-to-back Big Ten champs. Don't get it twisted.
They are back-to-back Big Ten champs, looking to make it a three-peat, and I love it.
Winning the regular season would be pretty good too.
No, what else is pretty good?
What's that?
I want to thank our sponsors for the show.
Yep, we should because I love them.
I tried to set you up there, but it is okay.
Since we already started eating them.
We already started eating the Insomnia cookies because Insomnia cookies are amazing. Craving something warm, sweet, and unforgettable, Insomnia cookie has you covered. Whether you're hosting a party, planning an event, or getting ready for graduation season, Insomnia cookie delivers fresh baked goodness right when you need it. Treat your guests to warm, melty classics, deluxe cookies, and even ice cream cookie sandwiches, perfect for office celebrations, birthday surprises, you name it. Order ahead or get it delivered. Make your next event a little sweeter with Insomnia Cookie, located in downtown Lincoln, 16th and Q.
And our other sponsor, Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill. Are you craving the ultimate game day experience? Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill has your front row seat. Dive into delicious wings, juicy burgers, and frosty drinks, all served up with TVs covering every inch of the walls, so you'll never miss a play. Rally your crew, cheer for your team, and take advantage of game night specials every week. Ooh. Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill, right by the Lincoln Airport at 3111 Northwest 12th Street. Did you go get your free beer with your party of 4 last week?
I did not, but I was going to compliment you there on the ad read and how you're a professional. Then you had a little slip up there, but
it's okay. That happens to the best of them.
That's what I was going to say. Like, if you asked me to read it, 9 times out of 10, I'd probably bluff something, but I give it like a solid 9.5 out of 10. So it was solid, and that's perfect for you. You guys have done this enough and know what you guys are doing. But Nebraska basketball. I think we can start there. The wrestling season's kind of gone into its off-season stages. Nebraska basketball played last week. Obviously, I think the full experience of March for them kind of happened. You get your first win in the NCAA tournament against Troy. Then you have the highest of highs, beating a team like Vanderbilt, and the way that game ended. Everybody will remember where you were and who you were with and what you were doing during that game on that Saturday night a couple weeks ago against Vanderbilt. And then, you have a couple days to kind of take it all in, and then they head out to Houston down south to take on, of course, they run into Iowa of all teams. Who would have thunk it? When the bracket came out, it was kind of made a joke about it. Like, of course they're in the same region, but it's like, Florida's the defending champs. No, they end up running into each other again. And Nebraska got to see, the highest of highs in March and the lowest of lows in March. And I think that's just, regardless of what happened last Thursday in the Sweet 16 with them, I think you guys know what it's like, being an alum and just seeing kind of what they've accomplished, not only throughout the year, but just in general, because this is something Nebraska basketball hasn't really been a part of. And regardless of what happened in the Iowa game, I think you can tip your cap to what Fred Hoiberg and that group did.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, they played really hard. They're pretty consistent this year. And if you're going to play anybody on your last game, I guess you would want it to be Iowa. Win or lose, you get to live with it, but that's how you want to end it, against people that is your rival. That's like a movie right there. And I'm just proud of how far they've came since I've been here. They weren't always the best. But this year they really stepped it up and made people look at us and say, oh, they're not only a volleyball, wrestling, football occasionally, depending on the year. I mean, we're on the come up now, but these guys can play every sport, and that says a lot about the university as a whole.
Yeah, it was definitely awesome. Obviously it stinks to lose, but I'm happy for our seniors that last year went like that, because we kind of had a similar experience. Regular season was real good. There were some bumps along the way, but then we got into the postseason. We really started turning it up, and then that's when we did our best work last year. And it's like, when you're at your peak, it's like, okay, now we're done. Where are we going? Right. So it's like, I kind of feel for those guys. I have a similar experience in the past year to what they'll kind of be going through, whether they choose to keep playing or not. But going out that way, where all kinds of school records, this, that, all the accolades that are going to come along with that, it was awesome to see them be able to wrap it up that way.
And for you guys are kind of you guys are kind of on the outside skirts of watching. Like you said, I remember how many basketball games you guys been to? How many have you gone to, Ridge?
4.
Exactly. You've gone and you've seen how much the program has grown. I mean, getting tickets, like you said, you've only been to 4 games. Getting tickets this year was a hard thing to do. You had to get them off the second market if you wanted to get it, because in most years, I say most, every year before this year was, all right, you can probably get tickets day before the game. Now, you had to wait, get tickets next year. I'm curious what that's going to look like because guys, allegedly they're bringing up more NIL for the program. Troy Dean said, he's going to back Fred Hoiberg in that group as much as he can. What are season tickets going to look like now? Because I remember when I was a student at university, season tickets were pretty cheap, honestly, for, the package deal for the student section. I that's obviously going to go up now. I would assume just how things go. But from those guys, just to be able to pull that off, I think is just miraculous to see. Because the Nebraska wrestling program, you hear the names of the past, go back to that, but the growth and the buy-in from the fans, that also plays a factor because, Bob Devaney isn't what it is without those fans. And you guys got to see that firsthand, the growth of what Mark Manning and that group have done for Nebraska wrestling on that side of things. And you go down the street to PBA and what's going on there with the basketball program.
Yeah, I'm excited. I love the fans are awesome. In the basketball team, 100%, they deserve that, right? There's going to be winning brings money. So more money coming into the university, more money for the sports teams, like all that stuff is just going to help benefit us moving forward. And they're already doing stuff over at the Devaney. Every time we walk down there, like down near the laundry stuff and where the volleyball stuff's at, that's all marked off. Can't go in there. They're doing all kinds of construction in there.
Well, aren't they doing the reseeding there right now for volleyball?
They're getting rid of all the bleachers, right?
I think so. I think they're putting it because I remember there was a point where you could like buy or like mark it off, get one of the bleachers and put it like in your room or whatever. I don't know why. Hey, I mean, it's part of history. But yeah, I mean, Bob Devaney, I mean, that place has been around for a long time. I mean, they used to play basketball there. I don't know if you guys ever remember that or ever, you guys don't remember that.
No.
I think I was like 9 when I attended the game there. And it's a little weird because like they obviously play the state basketball tournament there. But like compared to PBA, it's like night and day difference just because logistic wise, because now you can have more events there. Like obviously they have wrestling, volleyball, gymnastics has been there. And, all the Hendricks training complex is there. So there's so much going on there. Because imagine if they still had basketball there, it'd be a lot going on. It'd be packed. And then you have the women's team also. So, with the growth of the university, they have the arena right there in town, just literally down the road. Literally. It's just works out perfectly. And then what else are they doing down there? Obviously, I know they're remodeling for the, Bob Devaney, but they're, there's a lot of other stuff going on down there.
Yeah. Track team's kind of doing their thing.
I forgot about them too. Yeah. They're in their indoor track. They're down there as well.
Yeah. We're on the opposite side of the Devaneys they are. So there's not a whole
swim
lot
and dive. They're down there too.
In there as well. There's a whole group of us over there, but everybody's seems like it's all good. Track team's been doing well, right?
Yes, they have a couple of Johansson, their shot putters, like breaking school records.
Yeah, she was going crazy.
It's like, and this is just the beginning of the year. Like the indoor season just kind of wrapped up, which they, first couple of meets of the year are hard to do because you're playing in, indoor meets in Kansas State and so on and so forth. So this is just kind of the beginning of the season because the weather isn't too kind. But now they're going to start going to the outside. And hey, if you're already breaking school records in February, in March, that's a good thing to have. It's a good because you haven't hit your peak yet, more than likely. So there's room to grow. So like track's doing Carson Leaning. She's from Sidney, Nebraska. She's one of the high jumpers as well. She's, I think she's underclassman as well. So there's a lot of good things going on. You guys touched on it. Baseball and softball are having successful starts this season. Softball just broke an attendance record, not only on Saturday, but also Friday night. They had the attendance record, and then they did it again on Sunday as well.
Wow, twice as nice.
Well, it's because they were playing UCLA, and these are the two, top programs in the Big Ten Conference. So you have UCLA, who's won. They entered 22 straight wins entering Friday. They didn't play the schedule Nebraska did, but still, 22 straight wins is 22 straight wins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Played them, and Nebraska beat them in the first game on Friday, lost on Saturday, and they won the series on Sunday. So you win 2 out of 3 against another team who you might see not only in, Big Ten Conference play in the tournament when it comes around. You might see them potentially in Oklahoma City for the Women's College World Series. So Nebraska softball just continues to stack wins on wins on wins. I mean, I know the basketball season just ended, and that was, a very high moment for Husker Nation, and wrestling wrapped up as well. But there's still other sports that now, hey, people are going to turn their attention to baseball, softball, track and field, soccer has some exhibition games going on. There's just a lot more else to digest for Husker Nation going forward.
Yeah, I think that's exciting. I mean, change of seasons, change of sports. It's nice to be able to see all those athletes excel too. At a lot of schools, every single team is as consistent as Nebraska is. I would say that our teams are all well-rounded in whatever sport they are. But you're really starting to see that as these teams are stacking wins together back to back to back, not only in men's but also women's sports, and that's really cool.
I would say this is like a historic winter season though. Like I don't want to bury the lead here, but look at what the wrestling team did. Look what the basketball team. I mean, the women's team, hey, they made the tournament. They had to wait 10 days to figure out if they're going to make the tournament or not. Obviously they started with an undefeated season, and then, Big Ten conference play kind of hit them. But you look at the Big Ten, Ohio State was good. Michigan was in the Elite Eight. Iowa was a top 2 seed. UCLA right now is in the final four potentially as well. There was a lot going on there. I mean, I mentioned it, with gymnastics going on, they've had some wins, some losses across the board. Bowling has their regionals coming up Friday. They're going to Pittsburgh for that. They've won the most national titles in college bowling since it's become a regulated sport. And they have a chance to do it again. They got an at-large bid to go to Pittsburgh. The Arkansas State's in that region, who's another really good team. Tennis has pulled off some conference wins. So this is such a good time, I think. Obviously basketball wraps up and how it ended stinks. Losing Iowa, that's obviously something that people are going to be talking about. Oh, you had a historic season, but you lost to Iowa. But hey, Iowa, they were playing their best basketball of the year. That's just how it goes. So exciting times. And I think the winter season, obviously it's coming to an end here shortly. But what's happened, not only in the hardwood basketball, but also wrestling, I think was just an incredible journey to be a part of.
Yeah, I would agree. It's been a great time to be a Husker fan.
For wrestling season, I mean, obviously, what's this been a week without it? Because, the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months, there's always been a Husker duel on the weekends. There's always been a big meet. The Big Ten wrestling championships happened in Penn State. Ridge was out in Cleveland for that as well for the NCAA. Those 3 long days of, long but fun days across the board. What's kind of a week now to kind of sit back and take a deep breath? Because, like I said,
all gas, no brakes. We've been in the room every single day. The only ones who really haven't, obviously, Silas. We were just having dinner with him. He's struggles to get around. He's got a crutch everywhere.
I was gonna ask, how's he doing?
He's sticking in there. He's doing all right, considering the circumstances. He's doing good. Spirits are high. He came over, cooked up some steaks. But pretty much everybody's in the room. I know a bunch of guys are preparing to go to the U.S. Open. A lot of our young guys in the U20, so the freshman, sophomore group, maybe a few young juniors, be getting ready to go out to Vegas. U20s. Me, Caleb will not be going. Puerto Rican national team member, so he's not going to be at the U.S. Open. But me, Liam, and I know Antrell will be there. Who else senior level? James Green, Christian Lance, pretty much the whole P-Rob, pretty much the whole group is gearing up to the guys that are older than 23 and younger than 20. So those junior, senior guys, gonna be junior, senior guys, won't be. They can take some time off. But for the most part, it's right back into it, switching over to freestyle, making that transition. So the room's been busy.
Is that at the end of April or something like that?
Yes.
April. I saw something about this the other day. It's April 20th or something like that.
Yeah, right around that time.
I'll have to look it up here in a second. But it's what, a month from now? Less than a month, technically?
Yeah, less than a month.
Less than a month now.
That's step 1 to making the world team. If either one of those age groups, if you win that tournament, you sit in the finals of World Team Trials, which is another tournament. They'll give those guys another chance to wrestle. And the winner of that tournament, I think for U20s, they wrestle it there. I think they have their best 2 out of 3 after the tournament. And then World Team Trials for senior level will be
Final X.
Yeah, but the World Team Trials last year was in Kentucky. It'll be a month later. And the winner of that tournament, World Team Trials finals. And that'll be another best 2 out of 3 at a later date.
This in Las Vegas, you said?
The U.S. Open will be.
I found it here. Yeah. Las Vegas, April 22nd to the 26th. Registration is open. I see it here. Features tournaments across 7 different age groups, including 14 distinct national tournaments. All participants are encouraged to register here at this link that I'm looking at right now to secure a spot in the event. So, yeah, there's plenty to go about. The complete schedule of events is available here. I'm going to pull this up real quick. It starts. It's a full day event pretty much. It starts on Tuesday. Workouts begin Wednesday. Doors open at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, so that'll be set up. The younger guys will go probably the day before, along with the Greco-Roman senior level, and they'll just divide up those tournaments. I know that the freestyle tournaments.
Yeah, there's a high school showcase, 10 a.m.
You gotta make
Scratch. Ooh,
both days.
70 kilo.
I see the schedule here. There's
no weight allowance.
No weight allowance.
Albania, they gave us 2 kilos.
Well, you should explain that.
Yeah,
go for it.
And it's different than college because in college, each like day that you wrestle, day one, so scratch weight means you were gonna like if I was wrestling 49, I would weigh in at 149. Day 2, you get a 1 pound allowance. So now the weight is now 150. Day 3, you get another pound. The weight is now 151. But for international, it is you make weight on the dot every time.
Really?
Yeah. So like for me, I have to weigh 70.0 kilos or lower day 1, and then 70.0 kilos or lower day 2 as well.
They don't give you any kind of any kind of window.
No
I'd be
leeway.
I'd be excited. With
How
that.
hard is that to do? Like, because obviously, like you said, it's different. Like they give you a little bit of window, like a little break. But
it's not too bad. You have that whole night to cut weight, and you can manage. Sometimes it does get a little out of hand. Last time I was there when I was wrestling 65 kilos, which is like 143. I told him no. I was like, I'm 12 pounds over, so I'm gonna have to weigh in at 8, wrestle at 10. He did it. How much were you over? 11, 12, 10,
11.
Yeah,
something like that.
That's like the side of wrestling like you don't really see because like every other sport you don't have to make weight. It's such a different like I remember back in high school guys like they go to lunch and then it's like all right I got to make weight and they got to do what they got to do.
Get a quick little workout in.
Exactly like or like guys they weigh in like like let's say you have a duel at 6:30 and it's like he weighs in like 2 pounds over and it's like he starts doing running runs a couple laps around the school and then
too late for all that. It's like cutting it close then.
It's like exactly I don't know how like because like every other sport you don't have to worry about those circumstances. That's just something where it's like there's always a cloud over your head, I assume, in the back of your mind, like. But after a while, like I said, you kind of know yourself, know how to make it.
Yeah, it becomes more like a lifestyle about dieting and whatnot.
I always curious because you see in like the boxing and the UFC realm, and it's like
you get a better insight to like what they're doing with the UFC and like with boxing and stuff. Like you get all the behind the scenes stuff. With wrestling, you don't get that as much. But the most of the time, the weight cuts with wrestling aren't as bad as the UFC fighters make it look.
Yeah, I've seen those, and it's like some of those guys, like they'll like I'm trying to think of a guy off the top of my head where like they come in, they weigh in, and they make it, and then they somehow put on extra pounds before the.
Well, we have 2-hour weigh-ins, so it's like we weigh in like for a duel, we'll weigh in at 4 p.m. The duel starts at 6 p.m. They'll weigh in at 5 o'clock today, and they're not going to fight until 9 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah.
So when you have that like that much rest time, oh yeah, you can definitely do it.
Yeah, you could get away with it.
Silas Allred would be a monster, weighing at 184. He'd walk in the next day at 210. Like, oh boy,
yeah,
not the same person.
That's
but
crazy how you can like push your limits and be able to control your body like that. Silas, before we get out of the break, I want to talk a little bit about him. Like, I asked the vibes about how that guy's doing because like obviously he kind of was a social media phenomenon after DP took the video of him after I broke my ankle. How's he doing? A couple weeks removed, and how is and saw his statement he put out on Twitter and all his social media. Like, just I guess what was his like? I don't want to speak for him, but what was kind of his response to all the social media and all the feedback from Husker fans for obviously it didn't end on top, but just how he controlled what he could control.
I mean, I thought he was definitely upset and hurt.
Yeah,
that opportunity had been just taken in an instant. But he seemed to be very grateful for just the experience he had. I mean, I can't really speak for him, but
yeah, obviously
being around him, that's what I have seen from him, and he just has such a grateful heart.
Yeah, that's what I kind of took from his like statement he put out, and because obviously you want to go out a winner, but it's one of those sports where hey, stuff gets out of your control. So we're gonna go to break real quick. I'll sign us out. Caleb Smith, Ridge Lovett, all in here. They were a little late today. We'll put that on a little tardy. We'll
hanging out with my good friend Silas. My bad.
It's fine. I just want to. We're gonna have to went back in high school where you have like the little like what was it
tardy.
You guys,
slip.
You guys DP is gonna put you guys in detention. No, I'm kidding. Caleb, Ridge here, Nick Wyman pressing the buttons over here. 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com. We'll be right back after this break here on 93.7 The Ticket.
The wait is over. It's Truck Month at Anderson Ford, which means big selection and even bigger savings on Ford F-150s. Like lease a 2025 Ford F-150 for only $195 per month. The truck that's built to work hard and play hard. Another reason you'll experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1008409. Previous service letter. $195 per month for 36 months, 7,500 miles per year, 8,500 with tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 3/31/26.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to Oak Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Diode Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Diode Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diode Tech online at diodetech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Sandhills Global is growing right here in Lincoln. With our expanding campus and continued growth, we're hiring across a wide range of careers, from interns to experienced professionals. Join the team at Sandhills Global and build your career with competitive pay, great benefits, and real opportunities to grow. Visit sandhills.jobs to view openings and apply today. That's sandhills.jobs.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
John just tried Runza's new Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger with its sweet heat bacon jam, pepper jack cheese, bacon, and cream cheese.
Whoa, this burger's like totally
What?
You know, boom, 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 boom.
Not sure I'm getting it.
It's totally jammin'.
Ah, I see. Well, don't jam with your mouth full. Try the Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
Pre-order your Hog Wild slow-smoked Easter ham today. Hog Wild selects the highest quality whole ham and slow smokes them until they're tender and delicious. Our 100% boneless ham is approximately 4 pounds and $50. Pre-order online at GoHogWild.com. Quantities are limited. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to All In on 93.7 The Ticket, with your hosts, Caleb Smith and Ridge Lovett.
Welcome back, All In, Caleb Smith, Ridge Lovett. And, you know, I gotta want the fans to get involved in this conversation.
100%.
It's time they've heard Canes, Bojangles, or name your other random chicken spot. Chick-fil-A, what would you choose? We want to know.
Don't be bashful now. You
I'm
pick.
choosing Slim Chickens.
You put Slim Chickens number
I'm
one.
choosing Slim Chickens all day.
If you'd love to be
kind of bland.
If you'd love to be part of the conversation, 402-464-565 is the Target Heyman Jewelers text line. Or if you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, formerly or X, formerly known as Twitter, got to get the name right. Or watching on Allo Channel 961 if you'd love to be a part of the conversation. This was kind of a heated debate during the break. Wish you could have seen it. We were talking about chicken spots. I don't know how this came up, to say the least.
You brought it up. You got Canes this week. We were talking
about Canes, and then we were talking about like Canes is overrated, and I was like, it's decent when you get it out of the box. You got to keep the box open so it doesn't get like soggy. Joe Dotree in our YouTube chat says Popeyes.
See, that's
Popeyes.
what I'm saying.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Popeyes is pretty good.
The spicy chicken.
Elite.
Spicy chicken
Elite.
is the go-to.
Elite.
We also talked about like Chick-fil-A, like how Ridge said it was overrated, but it's a part of the experience. You know, you have to wait in the line.
If you go in there, it's then that's top tier. The service is fantastic. I love going to Chick-fil-A.
Well, I was curious what other people had to say because like there's also like I'm trying to think of other chicken spots. What did you say? Slim Chickens? You said Slim Chickens is better.
Slim Chickens being number one.
Why is that?
I just think that it tastes better. I think Canes is kind of bland.
That's an opinionated thing. Like I
know.
can't change that.
Well, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, and it's exactly. What do we got here? We have Jesse the plumber says Churches or Chester's.
Churches is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm down. That's what I mean. Like, there's really no wrong answer, but hey,
Yeah.
it was a heated discussion. Like, I wish we could have had the cameras rolling on that, but it was a little heated to say the least. No, but I had the Canes like Chick-fil-A has that same problem where it's like a little soggy if it's kept in like the box or like the little like baggy or whatever you want to call it. And also like, I don't know, like the experience, like I can do without the experience. Like I just want my food.
Well, then you're gonna have soggy chicken. That's what you get. If you go in there, sit down, and really do the thing, that Chick-fil-A is elite in that category. But I prefer Canes. Canes my number one.
Canes the issue.
Chicken sandwich though, ooh, Popeyes.
Canes the only issue I have is like the menu. Like I was saying, like the menu, there's only like 4 items.
Stick to what
which
you do
is
well.
which is fine. Like, hey, but you got to, it's like I can't eat it all the time because it's like it's just the same thing every time. Like you can't get it, multiple times because it's like it all tastes the same after a while. So, wow, what a heated discussion. I don't think we were if you would have told me before you guys walked in here, like, oh, you're gonna have a 5-minute conversation about chicken fingers. Oof. Maybe I'll have to bring him in. We'll have to like tier rank them one of these times.
Yeah, we should.
Let's do
One of
it.
these summers, each of us go to a spot, put them on the table, and we'll
blind rank them.
Blind rank them.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, it's a chicken finger. I'm not gonna say no to chicken finger.
None of
say the
that.
least, regardless of who it is and where it's from. Honestly, if you blind rank them, I probably can't even tell the difference. Maybe, I mean, Cane's is a little distinct, but then again, I'm not gonna complain about
It
it.
just tastes better. That's why it's so.
And it's
distinct.
all opinionated. It's all food at the end of the day. So, but yeah, we were going to talk about Husker athletics. But we decided to talk about chicken finger spots. Your guys' show. Where do you guys want to go with this conversation?
We were kind of talking about it earlier. What is way too early wrestling lineup? What you got? Where are we at with that? Do you think anybody moves around? Anything exciting happen?
I don't personally. Well, I think that somebody could move around. But I'm just not sure how that situation is going to play out.
See, I'm excited for the 41-49, that area, because we have 3 good ones.
Yeah.
Right there. Omar's really good. Hockaday's really good. Nikkei's really good. So
Yeah,
one of those 3 are going to be sitting out. I don't know. That's going to be exciting down the line. I feel like Hockaday is pretty much 41. I think he might be a little too big now to be a 33 pounder. I don't know if he's big. I don't think he's big enough to be a 49. I think Omar is kind of in a spot that he could go either one. He kind of seems like he's in like that floater size, right around like 55-ish maybe.
Yeah.
So it's like he can get down to 41, or he can get a little bit bigger and go 49. But then Nikkei, I think he's too big for 41. But
yeah, he's gonna have to.
That's gonna. I think that little group right there is gonna be most exciting. See how they do this summer before we get to see them back in the room wrestling folk style again, wrestling off.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to be able to actually watch it. You know, these past couple of years, actually having to do the wrestler off a stressful time. I always at least got stressed out, even no matter what the result was, just because I don't like wrestling my teammate, for a spot. But it's so cool watching back now and getting to see these guys do it. And, sometimes it's not necessarily the indicator of who's going to be a starter, at least on our team. It doesn't work like that for every team, but our coaches let it play out a little bit, which I think is cool. It's fair. You get a wrestle. You don't have to just sit the bench.
Yeah, and compete against your friends for spots. I saw a video on Instagram that was kind of going viral a little bit, where a wrestler kid was talking about having to wrestle the kid that he drove to practice every day.
Oh, I saw that.
Like he would drive and pick him up, take him to practice, drop him off at home before he went home, and then he had to go pick him up, take him to practice so they could wrestle off, and then drive him home, drop him off, and they went back and wrestled because it went to 3 matches.
Triple OT, all 3.
All of them triple OT, and he had to drop the kid off at his house and then pick him back up before the next wrestle off every single time.
And it was all the same day.
Yeah, 3 times the same day. He had to pick him up and drop him off.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like you're friends, you're on the same team, but like that's tough to do. Like I had to wrestle off my best friend. Like my first 3 years, I lived with Kevon Davenport, and I think year 2, we wrestled off. Like first round of the wrestle offs, we had the wrestles. Like we drove to practice together. It was like the same thing. It was like, oh my gosh, like this stinks. We've lived together for a couple years now. We were on high school dual teams together. We were like when we were getting recruited, we were like Nebraska, like, yeah, let's do it. Then we get here and have to wrestle off. It's a weird dynamic. I've seen it kind of tug at people and like them not really like be friends after, but I don't know. Me and Kevon talked about it beforehand. We're like, hey, like when they put out we have to wrestle, like we're both, this is business. This has nothing to do with us. Yeah, cool. So if you can get to a place like that where it's like we both understand that we're competing for the same thing, but not, I don't know. I've seen it tug at people.
It's not malicious. I mean,
it is a tough spot to be in. We were having a conversation about it with.
Yeah, I was with somebody.
Yeah, today on the team.
I've been there, so I get it. It sucks, but it's part of the sport, and it's what makes a great sport. It's a great reminder that anybody can win on any given day. Just to be grateful for the experience, and if you don't win, then you got more work to do.
100%.
And it's not, necessarily over for you, but you got to be ready if you get an opportunity. At least that's what I learned and thought was interesting about the whole process.
And also, like, even if you're not like the guy who's out there wrestling, competing for the spot in the room, I wouldn't say it brings the same anxiety as actual matches bring, but it brings something similar to the room each time. Like there's still something that like you're grinding for, you're striving for, that you're trying to get done, even though it might just be beating your teammate or winning. If you go to an open tournament, finishing better, right? It's kind of still gives you that you're never really like, okay, this is a development year type of deal. Like you would be if you were redshirting. It's like when your clock's ticking, it's like, yeah, you working towards that. It gives you something extra exterior motivation.
Yeah, I would agree 100%.
In the chat here says, does Nebraska need any portal grabs in wrestling? You guys kind of touched on just like how the depth of this team, obviously guys can change weight classes and so on and so forth. What weight classes do you think? 'Cause obviously like transfer portals doesn't open, I believe, until April, I believe, officially for, basketball and all the other winter sports. I think they kind of run on the same thing. I don't want to speak for a guy who's obviously not in the portal yet, or like, oh, they should go and get this guy and that, because we could play that game all night, obviously. What do you think, like, you guys touched on, what do you think the lineup looks like, and where, there are some openings, because it's way too early, obviously, because a lot can change over the summer. I just kind of run down, like, kind of what the lineup could look like, and obviously there's some, it's like, competition, QB1, who's going to be the backup to this position, and so on and so forth. I guess, can I touch on to, like, what you said? I know I saw some Cade Ziola hype. People are talking about him, kind of the potential.
Cade Ziola's about it.
But, we saw him in, Omaha Scott Catholic wrestling at the state tournament over years, and up at CHI in Omaha. And obviously this year, AJ Ferrari had that role. Is there any chance that, hey, he stays there, AJ moves back down, or vice versa? I kind of want to hear your guys' thoughts on that as a whole.
That's kind of how I think it would go. I think Ziola to heavyweight, because AJ, he weighs 220, right? He's within striking distance to 97. So if there was a move up there, I would see him going down. I know McDaniel has a red shirt, so that could work for a year. I know that AJ's fighting for 2 years. There's a potential for him to get an injury red shirt, so that'll all be down the line talk. But for right now, I don't know if Cam wants a red shirt, so maybe there's a fire wrestle off there, or however they want to handle that situation. I wouldn't be surprised if we brought in dudes maybe 25, 33 area, because 33, we only have Jake Vandy.
Yeah.
Right. I think Hayden Mills is graduating, so it'll be only Jake Vandy. We'll kind of have to do what we were doing earlier this year after Omar got hurt as well. We were down both our 33 pounders and bumping 25 pounders up. I wouldn't be surprised to see a portal guy come in 25, 33, maybe a couple down there, one at each weight, just for depth. 41, 49, we're pretty solid with those three guys, especially having Omar being able to flow up and down. I know Scotty Robertson. Am I missing anyone else at 41?
No, I think Scott's at 49.
So we got two at each one of those weights. So I wouldn't, maybe, you never know. I don't know. Portal's not open yet, no.
I think it's like
April 1st.
I think it's like April 1st or April 7th.
Yeah, it is April 1st. It opens on April Fool's Day. Oh yeah,
that's a couple days from now.
Yeah. So we'll see what guys go in, who the coaches go for. I don't know. 57 Trelly Goat.
Yeah.
65
Sure.
LJ. He wasn't pulling too hard. 74 Tofi, gonna come back and put a stamp on the top of that podium.
Yeah, he's gonna be a national champ.
84 freshman Ty Ice from California. See him stepping into that weight. Marco Christensen is another guy there. That could be another one where a portal comes in. I don't know. Maybe though.
We got some young guys too.
There's some young guys on the team. Then there's kind of a little heavyweight. We have Ziola and Harley. So I don't know. The 97 Cam Ferrari, like that's pretty much 2 to a weight. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw. I also don't know the roster limit. Is it 30?
I think it's either 30 or 33. I think it's 30 though.
I don't know. A big part of it'll be on what freshmen we have coming in, and because I think for the most part our lineup's pretty solid all the way through.
Roster limit is 30.
It's
on the
30.
dot.
I don't know what we're gonna have next year with the guys that are graduating, but that'll play into it as well. How many guys we are able to bring in, and that compared to the freshmen that we have coming in as well.
Yeah.
So being a head coach would be hard, managing all these roster spots. Like, dang,
a lot of spots.
Oh, and then there's also scholarship limits and stuff like that too. So that throws a bone into that as well. And then obviously recruiting,
bouncing NIL. Jeez.
Well, yeah, and that's all new in the transfer portal. Is it just as crazy in wrestling as it is in every other sport? I assume so.
Yeah. There's some schools out there throwing out bags, and like when a kid's getting out and it's like, hey, like they come and look in Nebraska, like, wow, this stuff's really nice. These dudes are going to give me $500,000. Like, what's up? It makes it tough sometimes.
Yeah, it does make it.
It's just like every other college athletic sport.
Yeah.
Like you see college football obviously is the big one. We'll see it in basketball when that opens April 7th, but wrestling is just like the others. So we're going to take a break, our final break of the show, all in. Nick Wyman pressing the buttons over here off camera alongside Caleb Smith and Ridge Lovett here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We'll wrap up the show on the other side. We'll be right back after this break.
Biggest question people have is, how do I start the process? What is the process? I want to build a new home, but I don't know what the first step is.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
The first step is make an appointment. Come on into my office. Let's sit around the table. Let's talk about what you're looking for, what your needs are, what your budget might be. and let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost, and get a house that you're going to be happy with. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done. Once you find a good lot, let's get it reserved, because there's a very limited number of lots in this town. And then start designing that floor plan that's going to be perfect for you. Next thing you know, we're moving dirt.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Dio Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Dio Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diotech online at diotech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and we are very excited to announce our spring sales event happening now at Coppell. We have 0% financing or up to $13,000 off select GMC and Chevrolet inventory. You heard that right, 0%. Or $13,000 off select inventory. We'd love to see you at the store or check us out online at coppellcars.com. Folks, this is really confident buying and confident driving. Stock number C127238 and G1739777 with approved credit.
The wait is over. It's Truck Month at Anderson Ford, which means big selection and even bigger savings on Ford F-150s. Like lease a 2025 Ford F-150 for only $195 per month. The truck that's built to work hard and play hard. Another reason you'll experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1008409. Previous service letter. $195 per month for 36 months, 7,500 miles per year, 8,500 with site. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 3/31/26.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney location. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town. Timco Building Company in Lincoln honors our fighting men and women of the military and all of the veterans who've gone before. We salute you and thank you for your sacrifice. We understand freedom comes with a price. Thank you for serving our country and defending our freedoms. Our prayers go with you and your families. Stay safe, stay strong, and may God bless America. This military tribute from Timco Building Company in Lincoln. Call 402-499-3873.
John just tried Runza's new Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger with its sweet heat bacon jam, pepper jack cheese, bacon, and cream cheese.
Whoa, this burger's like totally
What?
you know, boom, 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 boom.
Not sure I'm getting it.
It's totally jammin'.
Ah, I see. Well, don't jam with your mouth full. Try the Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Now back to All In on 93.7 The Ticket with your hosts, Caleb Smith and Ridge Lovett.
Welcome back, All In. Ridge Lovett, Caleb Smith. Last segment, we were just chatting a little bit about UFC. Since you got the shirt on, did you get to watch the fights or just highlights?
Really watch the fights. I gotta see the highlights. Some crazy clips.
Crazy clips.
Adesanya getting clipped. I hate it for him.
Yeah,
I
stinks.
like him a lot, but it happens. The Grasso fight. That was probably the most vicious.
Oh my
fight.
gosh.
One of the more vicious female UFC fights probably in history.
Knockout into a submission. She was out for a long time.
She was out. Like, that was crazy.
But both my homies that were fighting won.
Yeah,
Chiesa.
Yeah,
Chiesa submission in the first round.
Retirement fight.
Let's go. And then my boy Terrence T-Rex McKinney with a 24-second knockout.
Dynamite.
24-second knockout. 18-8. Still has not been out of the first round. Win or loss. Has never left the first round. He's going out there to get his hand raised or shoot. You know what? We're going down swinging. He has a really cool story. I know that his stuff's kind of out there about him like ODing and then him figuring it out, getting the fighting stuff going, and he's really hit a full 180.
Yeah, he has.
Happy for Terrence.
Turned his life around. Almost died, and now he's thriving in the UFC.
Yeah, he wrestled at Shado Park High School in Spokane, so he was like 15 minutes from me. He was a little bit older. I know that he wrestled in college his Zay White's freshman year at Notre Dame, Division II. They were on a team together there. So when Zay came out to Idaho with me for a camp, we ran over, hung out with Terrence for a little bit. But Chiesa was the coach at that high school.
Mm-hmm.
So he was always kind of around that like little kid wrestling scene, coaching a club team. So I kind of got to know him a little bit as I was growing up. So I was happy to see those guys go out with some dubs. Chiesa, retirement fight, going out on top. That's the way you want to do it. And my boy T-Rex out there doing his thing. Most of the time his hands of stone. I think he has the fastest middleweight knockout, like 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Hit us on 1-2, pop.
Ooh. Over.
But this one kick put him down. So I'm happy for those guys, doing it on the big screen. UFC Seattle getting it done.
Yeah, that was sick. I mean, and also that Chiesa coached him.
In high school, yeah.
That's pretty cool. As his last fight, they're both going out there together. Last time they'll ever be able to do that, and they both go out on a dub right off into the
First round finishes.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's a statement right there. I hope they got some bonus money for that.
Oh, another thing happened this weekend in basketball. Your arch nemesis went down.
I know.
In exciting fashion.
I was so hyped when I saw that Duke lost. Thank God. I was just so good.
That was like a top 5 moment.
That was
maybe
sick.
in March Madness.
That was sick.
Not only that shot by Braylon Mullins, but also they were down 19 and one seeds going into half leading by 15 plus points were 134 now. 134 wins, 0 losses. I remember seeing it happen. I'm like, oh, Duke's moving on. They really took it to UConn. You don't really see UConn get beat like this. And then all of a sudden, UConn starts making threes in the second half. And then
it was crazy. That game was nuts.
Well, it's like in the situation, Duke, all they got to do in that moment is just hold the ball because they're trying to foul you. And then all you got to do down there is just make, one free throw and you make it a 3-point game because they can't beat you then. It goes to overtime. But if you go down there and make both free throws, you ice the game and it's over. But instead, they threw the ball, and they're trying to foul you. You have two guys. When he threw that pass, when Caton Boozer threw that pass at midcourt, he was trying to lob it over the top just to, right on the clock. But just hold it and then just go make your free throws and handle business.
I like the video that someone retweeted of Duke basketball with one of their NBA guys throwing the ball up in the air. They were saying, Duke basketball, that brain's different. Oh, buddy. Oh,
I can't believe that's how that game ended still. It
was a crazy
ending. It happened a couple years ago. Furman played Virginia in a first round game, and Virginia, all they had to do was hold the ball, and they threw it away. And then Furman goes down and makes a three on the other end. And I mean, that was a first round game, not an Elite Eight game to chance to go to the Final Four. But how you guys brackets looking before we get out of here?
Shocked.
I had Duke winning it, so I'm done. I going into the weekend, I was first out of the talent here at the ticket in our bracket pool. Obviously, there's people in front of me who are fans of the shows and the 900,000, whatever, 900 to 1,000 brackets that got entered. I was first, but I have not looked since because Duke's out, and I know I'm cooked.
Last time I checked, which was before this Elite Eight or Sweet 16 started, I was at 70% correct. But no, we're done.
No, you're done.
It's all downhill.
Who'd you have in your Final Four?
I don't even remember. Michigan, maybe Illinois.
I had Florida.
I could have had Duke in there.
I had Florida and Duke, so I'm done there. And I had Purdue. They're out, and now I have Michigan. But I had Michigan losing to Duke, so I'm done. It was nice while it lasted.
It was a good run.
It was. I mean, it was a little chalky, but hey, you get some crazy games down the stretch as well. So, anything else before we get out of here? You guys look at each other.
Me and Rich shot at 82 today. We could say that.
Oh, we did play golf. I played barefoot in a double XL polo. It was fire.
You're gonna have to wear that polo in next time. We'll see.
It was a good day.
Oh, the polo was great.
Well, enjoy it because it's gonna rain potentially the next couple of days here in Lincoln. So, this Nebraska weather, you got to be prepared for everything. That was it. All in. Caleb Smith, Ridge Lovett. Thank you guys always for stepping in here Monday. A little tardy, but hey, we'll make work. See you guys around.